get a good long look at our next guests, because if you watch horror movies through your fingers like I do, you're never going to see them clearly ever again. Please welcome the cast of It. How are you guys doing?
I'm pretty good.
I clapped for you guys. It's fine.
Hey.
I'll do it.
It's all good.
So I'm so excited to have you guys here. I watched the first trailer for this movie and was horrified. I'm so scared of horror movies. So what was it about this movie when you guys heard about it, the auditions, that made you say, yeah, I want to be a part of that?
Jeremy? I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of horror movies because I get scared of that stuff way too easily. So it's really ironic how I'm actually in one. So I just did it and hoped for the best, and it worked out.
Yeah, for me, I actually didn't really want to do it at the start because I thought it was too scary for me. And my mom was like, no, you have to do this. And then I was like, fine. And then I went, and now we know all these amazing people.
Yeah. So. For me, actually, my first audition process wasn't even a horror thing. It was just like, it was more just like, it was actually a speech in the movie.
Yeah.
That turned into Wyatt's character speech, but that was my audition. So it wasn't even a horror thing. It was more just like doing dialogue.
And obviously, this film and Stephen King properties have such a crazy fan base already.
Yeah.
Have you, what's the craziest thing that has happened to you guys so far, meeting some of those fans and them having seen the trailer?
I don't know if we've met a lot of...
No.
Not yet.
Not yet, because we haven't done a lot of press yet. But,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if any crazy stuff happened.
Not really.
Nothing.
A couple of pictures leaked. I mean, that's just like a thing that you get
That's just
when you just like make stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people were just like they're taking pictures of the sets and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, we're just like, this is so super weird because we've never had that before.
It's so bizarre, too, because, the photo came out of what Pennywise was going to look like, and then there's a little bit of footage. And I heard that you guys didn't even get to see him out of character the first time you met him was on set in his full Pennywise look.
Right.
Yeah, they kept him away from us for the first maybe month and a half or something like that. And then finally, when it came to shooting day, it was crazy. It was just, we were stuck in this super small house in Toronto.
Yeah.
Like, super hot, like 100 degrees.
Well,
Still, you know what I mean? Like super hot, like it was the hottest summer or something of Toronto in like 30 years. And we were like stuck in this little house in no AC. And Bill showed up with just, he's 6'5" and a giant clown. Like,
No, that's when I would just say no, and I'd be like, I'm done, okay, bye.
Yeah, that was the point that we were all like, what did we just get ourselves into?
Yeah. Well, and I love that so much because, in horror films so many times, you're like, is that a realistic reaction? But for you guys, it genuinely was. So I'm going to ask you to throw one of your friends under the bus. Okay. Who was the biggest scaredy cat of Pennywise?
Maybe not
I'm
Pennywise.
just the biggest scaredy cat of the group. I get scared of everything. And me and you both. Me and you both are the scaredy cats of the group. I don't know.
I would say Jack was not like scared, but I would say we were all more like uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because like we never had that like
with the 6'5"
up close and personal and
Well, and I definitely have a fear of clowns because of seeing the film version, original version. Did you guys see the original version? Did you have an idea of what you were getting yourselves into from seing it that way?
Yeah, a little bit. It's so different.
Yeah.
From ours. I don't really know.
I didn't read the book or watch the original miniseries.
Clearly, because you'd be too scared.
Yeah, exactly.
You and me together, though, literally, I'm like, I watch movies like this. I cover my face the whole time.
I do too, but
I literally will wear a scarf around my neck so I can pull it up and kind of see through it, but not.
I don't think I've ever watched a horror movie like at a theater before. Like maybe I have, but I don't.
Well, you are about to see one of the scariest ones because when the movie comes out, you're gonna go.
That's true.
There is such a great part about this movie too that is a bond about friendship and the bond that you guys have together. Did you guys do anything offset to really create that, or was it kind of immediate?
Well, where do we get started?
Where do we get?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wow.
After every shooting day, I would say about 8 hours, we just keep hanging out and go back to Wyatt's house.
Always my house.
And because his apartment was just a tiny bit bigger than ours and had like one more room, so we were like, oh, let's take advantage of that.
Yeah.
So.
And take advantage of him too. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, and his materials, and let's not respect them.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'd always chill out at Wyatt's house every day.
Or we try to, and then we
try
try to
to.
convince our parents, and they'd be like, maybe.
Yeah.
And then just
They'd
go out for
eventually
drinks.
say
Yeah.
And 2
then
weeks
they
before the shoot, we all did bonding exercises with our acting coach, Ben Perkins.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. He's awesome.
He is the best.
We had 2 weeks of just bonding exercises.
Yeah.
And I feel like the second day we met felt
weird.
like we've been friends for like 7
Yeah,
years.
it was so crazy. I've never.
Do you guys remember that one exercise where we had to like pretend that the rest of the losers club they were all dead?
Yeah,
And then we all had to like
there
give
was
our
one-
reaction.
Well, I think the actual improv game was
Yeah.
like one of the losers is dying and you'd have to remember.
No, it's the reverse.
I thought it was the box. Jaden was stuck in the box.
Oh,
I was
that
about
one.
to say, I was
Oh.
like, let's play one of these games together. I'll play with you guys. And
What-
you're like,
what
you
are the-
pretend like you're dead and you get in a box. And I was like, no, I'm going to pass.
Well,
I'm gonna
what
be
it
Emery.
entailed is they were like, okay, well, let's come up with something. And so we all huddled together. We're like, okay, Jaden's stuck in a glass box and he's never gonna get out. What's our reaction? And we're like, break. And then Jaden gets down and he lies down. And we do this huge emotional thing. It was way too long. It was 30 minutes or something. It went on way too long. But by then we were just so into it.
Yeah.
And clearly you guys are bonded from doing it. So even though it took 30 minutes, it seems to have worked.
Yeah.
yeah, it definitely did.
Yeah, there was plenty other ones where we did a song. What was that song?
Oh yeah. So the first I think the first time we ever came in to Ben's sort of studio, he was like, okay, we're gonna memorize the song. You're gonna go into groups. It was me and Wyatt, and it was Jeremy and Jaden, right?
Uh-huh.
And Sophia and Jack.
Okay.
And Chosen and Chosen and Ben. And
Oh yeah.
we all had to memorize this weird 18th century English song that they sung in the war, and it was super dark and
So
kind
now
of weird.
I definitely want to hear part
But
of it.
no, but well, it was something like
Yeah, no, I remember.
Rose, 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 will I ever see thee wed? I'd marry that I will when thou art dead. And we looped that for 30 minutes straight every day.
But
Oh,
yeah. that's
okay.
weird.
Literally, as you guys are sitting here, I'm getting chills
Chill.
while you're
Okay,
singing it.
it's so creepy, right?
It's so creepy.
It's really, really creepy. I was
Okay.
like, is this a weird serial killer song?
Speaking of the creep factor, though, I feel like every time someone does a horror movie, there's always something that's weird or off that happens on set. Aside from singing the song, did anything happen on set?
There was I don't know. I mean, I guess there's a line in the movie about cicadas, and there were cicadas out during the specific
Yeah, we're
summer.
maybe it's cicadas. And it was "Wee." They make these super high pitched frequency noise. But also, what happened was we were in this house called the Niebolt House, and it was this old. I think it was an old not parking. Sorry, it was an old condo structure for.
Yeah.
I forgot what those are called, but where they keep homeless people sheltered and they give them food and stuff.
Homeless shelter.
Yeah, homeless shelter. And it was 6 levels, and it was abandoned.
Yeah.
And they turned
6
it
levels?
6 levels, yeah.
Oh,
and
wow.
they kept it, and then they were like, okay, well let's use the structure, and so we felt a weird sort of energy there, and someone saw a crew member, or I forgot if it was Jack or Jaden.
It was Jack.
It
I
was
think
Jack.
it's fake.
It might be fake.
It's probably.
He
You never
saw,
know.
A little kid
but,
running in the top floor.
Well, no,
Yeah,
he said he saw a crew member with a green shirt, and we never saw the crew member again. Which is kind of creepy.
That's creepy.
And I still
really
believe.
creepy.
Yeah, you didn't change shirts or anything.
He could have just changed shirts to a blue one.
You did. So I want to play a quick game with you guys because I feel like since you got to do the movie and you're like, oh, we're not scared anymore, we've gotten to see clowns, all this good stuff. It's called Fear or Happiness. So I'm just going to run through a couple things.
Sure.
And I want you to tell me if it instills fear or happiness. In you.
Sure.
The first one.
Okay.
Red balloons.
Fat. Fat.
It's a mix. It's
Good
50-50.
try.
Go ahead. Happy here? Fear or happiness?
Here.
Here. Okay.
It's a better concept.
Happiness. Okay, we've got two 50-50s and a happiness. Okay. What about clowns?
Fear.
Most of the time, fear.
Fear.
Yeah.
Fear for me too.
Yeah.
Okay, now the next one, paper boats.
That's a weird one. I've never seen anyone make a paper boat before other than this movie.
There's one that goes down the gutter.
That's true. Fear, I guess.
Happiness.
Happiness.
Erase them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one final question.
Okay.
The trailer basically, they're like, oh my gosh, all this crazy stuff happens in the town. Why doesn't anybody just move?
Because the adults don't see what's happening. So the kids are like, let's move, and they're like, shut up. Like, so basically the adults don't believe.
Like they can't see it. Like physically.
Most logical answer I've heard. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and chatting and singing that creepy song.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It was really fun. Yeah.